Alright, welcome back to Jake's tutorial on basic coding. And today we're going to go ahead and we're going to start building the basic concept for a web browser. So if you're building an application and you want to direct somebody to a website or have kind of a web interface program where you develop your own HTML code and you just want to display it within your program because that's one of your better strong points, this is a way you can go about doing that. So I'm going to go over a lot of the basics of the web browser and also how to utilize the web browser very well depending on your needs. So right here I got a new form right here. And let's go ahead. Let's open this up. So I'm going to make it about right here. Let's come on over here. And it really don't matter the size that we have this because I'm going to show you the docking method, okay? So the first thing I usually do is I'm going to get a menu strip. So a menu strip is very recognizable, alright? This is a menu strip right here. So right here, this is like for your basic programs, it's basically the equivalent of this right here, right? But I'm going to add a menu strip that it's going to kind of correlate right along with our web browser. So I'm going to put that there for a back. Put that there for a forward. Alright, so now we got back and forward. Alright, now let's come on over here and let's type in web browser. Alright, let's just pull that up on in here, and if you double click it, it'll auto dock it for you. And if you just drag it in, you'll get it like this. Alright, now then you're going to hit this little arrow right here and hit dock to the parent container. Okay, so now this is the container it's in, alright? So now when you load up the application, let's just load it up real quick, and you'll see that we have this right here. So this is a working web browser, it's just got nothing to load, alright? Now let's come over here because if you watch my previous video on the forms, I did not implement the closing method for this. Now you don't have to do this unless you have a really weird system like I do. Oops, yeah, home screen. Close. Alright, perfect. Alright, so then what we're going to want to do, is let's just get rid of that, is we're going to create a quick little text box or something. Let's just quickly whip up. Alright, so let's just type in HTML, and then let's just do, since it don't really matter what we type in, we'll just say this is a test. Alright, and there's nothing else to it, just like that. The most basic of the basic. I'm not gonna add anything to it, it's just gonna be the markup language, alright? Alright, now we're gonna hit save as. Let's go. Let's put it on my desktop. Oh, it's already on my desktop. So let's put in test browser. Alright. And then we'll do HTML. Alright. Sounds good. So then let's actually do this. You have to come down here and let's do that as all files too. Alright. So now we got that. So we have our basic HTML file. Alright. So if I come over here, I don't know where that would have saved. I think it would have saved on this monitor right here. Maybe? No? Okay, it's right here. Alright, so this is it right here. Okay? This is our little test browser. So if you double click it, here it is. This is in a web browser right here. Okay? So as you can see, it just says this is a test. Okay? So let's put that right down here with a lot of other random junk files I got laying around. And we'll just use that. And I'm going to also show you how to get the path of a lot of this data. But now, the first things we're going to do is we're going to put code for these two buttons right here. Alright, and then we're going to also hit this drop down here. And let's add the text box. Alright. So now what this text box is going to do is it is going to just be a search. Okay. So what we're going to do here is, let's just double click that, enter your try. Now this is just called a web browser, so it's just web browser 1 as you can see there. So let's type in web browser 1 and then we'll do go back. Oops. And that's all there is to it. That's all the code that there is to the web browser. They made it exceptionally easy to code this web browser or to use the web browser for just basic needs if you really wanted to. So then we'll just do the opposite here. Web browser 1, go forward. Alright. Easy as that. So now we have a go back and a go forward. Alright. Alright, perfect. So then right here we're going to make a little search, and you can't just search with the web browser. You're going to have to enter a partial link or something like that. So for example, if we come here, so as you can see, you're going to get this right here. So if you just got rid of all of this, we can use this right here. So let's grab that and let's get rid of that. So since I have that copied, let's just double click into here and let's paste that right there. Okay. So if you see this little right here, this is to make as a note so it's not actually being used in the code. Alright. So this is a good way to take notes in your code to also kind of help sort with everything. So if we come here, we'll hit try, and then we'll do web browser 1.navigate, and then what you're going to want to do is put equal. Actually, I think we'll put it like this, navigate, and then we'll put this here, this there, and then hit it and then the menu strip, I think it's menu strip 1 text box. I think it's text. What is it called? What is it declared as? Tool strip text box 1. Okay. So let's do tool strip text box 1.text. Alright. And I'll do message box. And then we'll do ex.exception.message. Alright. So this is how you would just do this. And otherwise, if it was a URL, it ain't gonna work now because he implemented that code. So this is also why you have, as you can see on here, and this is going to get the path of my file for me. So I'm gonna do open test file. Alright. Now this is just to show you how it works. Alright. So we're gonna do dim path as string, which will equal environment dot get folder path, and then we're gonna do common desktop directory, and then we're also gonna type in my, what is it called, test browser.html. Alright. So this is going to get the whole path for us on that. So let's just come on over here then. And let's do web browser 1.navigate. And then we're going to just come on over here and type path. Come on over here, grab that message box and place that down here. So now we got our basic code over here. And we're also going to just quickly take a look at a lot of the properties real quick. So you can allow the navigation and then also a bunch of other things. Like if there's script errors, which there will be, this is a common, like very, very like skimmed down to the bone version of like Internet Explorer. And so, I mean, there's really nothing to this browser, right? There's like nothing to it. So there's going to be a lot of errors, so especially if there's a lot of JavaScript or things like that on the site. So usually you're going to want this enabled because you don't want the little errors to pop up all the time. You can add a custom URL right here if you really want. Alright. And then there's also a lot of the anchor and basic other things in here. So let's just kind of open this up here. Take a look. Oops. Alright. So as you can see, you can't reach that file, probably because I put it as I think I entered common desktop directory if I'm not wrong, but I did enter it. So let's go back, but it don't really matter because there's nothing to go back to. So let's just do this. Let's type in Jake or something. It don't really matter what you type in. And as you can see, you get a piece of poop to pop up on your screen. I'm messing with you, I don't care. I just hear a lot about that kind of stuff and I really don't care about it. But, I mean, otherwise you can get, like basic things like YouTube and all this kind of stuff that just pop up if you really want to. But you gotta remember, you gotta add that little bit of code in here. And, all of that kind of stuff. And you can see, you get the whole basic stuff, the whole everything that normally goes on. It's not that great, but as you can see, your basic buttons and functionalities work. Alright. What is going on? There's a lot of weird stuff on here. But then we can come back over here. Yes, let's see, what is the common desktop directory for song? Oh, for desktop for all users. Okay. So let's come on over here and let's just do desktop. Let's see, what is this one? Logical desktop. So let's just do desktop directory. There we go. That'll be the right one. There you go. See, there you go. There it is. And then it'll say right there, this is a test. So now you kind of got the basics of how the web browser works and everything like that. Don't gotta worry about too much. That's also how the basic of the tool strip and how you can utilize it for things like this, or you can utilize it for, you know, tool strip items like Visual Studio or whatever program you are making has. So if you need to open files, it's a good way to kind of sort everything in a nice little tool strip for you. But anyway, thanks for watching, and then I'll see you in the next tutorial.